all the airlines are looking at blockchain for various different reasons within their enterprise. And it was suggested to me by several airlines that they could practice blockchain within loyalty without it upsetting everything so that planes weren't landing or whatever. Is this bad for loyalty if they practice blockchain on it?
I think there's a lot of noise in blockchain at the moment. I think technologists, a lot of the people in blockchain are technologists that are coming into the industry, forgetting that the loyalty industries existed in a technological state for 20, 30 years. And there's a whole ecosystem of technology that does it. And I think blockchain does have a place within loyalty, but not the full place within the tech stack.
The issue is, where are we in the hype cycle? And I still think we're probably 2 to 3 years away from the point where blockchain includes the defined standards and interoperability necessary to start building mission critical applications. So brands should be experimenting with blockchain today, but I think they should be a little hesitant about building mission critical applications today, but they should be fully prepared to be thinking about that in 2 to 3 years' time. And one of the beautiful things of blockchain is it allows you to push the application layer logic into the network, into the blockchain through smart contracts, which means that you're moving all the complicated application layer logic out of your legacy loyalty system into an environment where you have a lot more agility to adapt it to how customers are evolving over time. But that requires mature smart contracts, and we're still a ways away from that. And then I think it's naive to assume that most brands will be on the same loyalty blockchain. We're going to end up with brands spread across many different blockchains, and so we have to innovate and develop smart contracts that are blockchain agnostic, meaning that they can manage transactions across multiple blockchains. And we're working on a couple proof of concepts with quite large companies in those areas today, but our clients don't have any serious intention that those projects will go into production anytime soon, but they want to make the investment today in order to make sure that they're ready when the technology is ready.
The problem is the enemy of all loyalty programs is apathy, and it's the other 20% that are just apathetic. And I think in the bottom 20%, there's a real case for loyalty for cryptocurrency, where those tests in Australia where people are checking their apps 5 times a day to check the value of their cryptocurrency. These aren't going to be the frequent flyers who don't want their value to go up and down. They demand to be going to fly somewhere. It's the lower people that think, I've got maybe £100 worth of value. Is that suddenly £200? Is it $300? When can I jump in to get my flight? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the opportunity at the tail end.
Well, in fact, Hertz and Avis allowed you to earn 50 different airline loyalty currencies going back 30 years. Yep. So they were already collaborating in 50 different coalitions with different airlines. And so anyway, as we were talking about the marketplace evolving, I think that's a good representation. They proactively chose to let the customer earn the loyalty currency that the customer wanted. And they wanted to offer the currency that the customer offered. In the context of blockchain and loyalty, I think that it'll be hard for major brands to convert their loyalty points or miles into a cryptocurrency because they would lose control over the value to some degree, but also because they would become regulated entities in many different countries they do business. And Hilton is not going to want to be a regulated entity in 190 different countries in the world. They'd have to become a regulated financial services company. That's just not going to happen. But I also think, much like the Hertz and Avis example, they were willing to offer customers 50 different currencies. Why not have 2 or 3 crypto tokens that are loyalty currencies as well in the portfolio? And customers that really want that, can choose that.